Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Z, you can't even get your intro out correctly. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the super chat on the way in. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, all right, Z. All right. Mr. Z did enough cursing to himself. Let's see if we can refrain from the profanity and not rage out too bad with our response to Ole and Friends. Okay, we're not going to work on ourselves to make ourselves little pets for you ladies. We are not. We are not. We are not. We are not. Shannon Sharpe did something that was legal from what we can see. Shout out to the young lady that says she hopes the white woman gets Shannon Sharpe for every penny just for her inconvenience. It's fascinating listening to black women cheer on white women screwing over black men. Ooh. See, that lets us know that y'all not really anti-white supremacy. Y'all are more anti-black men, and y'all will do anything to spite black men, especially rich Negroes, especially rich talking Negroes. Oh, there's nothing worse than a rich talking Negro, especially a rich talking Negro that doesn't have his lips surgically attached to black women's ass as a sign of being quote unquote progressive. Oh, y'all hate rich talking Negroes that get to do what they want to do within legal bounds. Oh, y'all hate it. And, oh, let's be very clear. And so, what if Shannon Sharpe is the example? Ooh, goddamn, Z, you was not supposed to say that. Ole, you are right. You are right that black men have less of a problem with hierarchy and alpha stuff. Yes, you're right. Y'all could frame it however y'all want to frame it. See, y'all hate that Mark Lamont Hill is foiling the hierarchy, and y'all okay with the alpha dynamics. Um, yeah. If Joe Budden's the face and he's where the money is, and brothers are like, I want to eat too, I'm okay with being part of the hierarchy where Joe Budden is the face, right? And if Joe Budden says, "Hey, bro, you might give me a glass of water, you might give me a bottle of water," and in doing that, I'm making a couple $100,000 a year. The problem is this lets you know why black women have the least amount of wealth in America. So what you're saying is I should feel shamed because I adhere to a hierarchy that is getting me and netting me a few $100,000 a year and a bit of fame, a bit of YouTube fame for being on Joe Budden's panel or his channel, and a couple $100,000 a year, a few $100,000 a year, and a little bit of YouTube fame. And I should have a problem with being part of that hierarchy because I'm not the face of it, because it doesn't say Z's podcast. That's your shaming tactic? I forgot the young lady's name, the light-skinned young lady that was on the bottom left-hand corner. I forgot her name. Somebody click the link and tell me her name. I forgot. She's been on Ole's panel a couple of times. That was the flex? And to the LGBTQ brother, now you know we don't care what you're talking about. We don't care how big you are, bro. I want to stress this to all these men who say, men should be able to do this and do that and do this and do that. And Ole, no matter what, Ole keeps on stressing to y'all. Ole, you need to say it more clearly because they're not hearing you, Ole. Ole, you need to say it more clearly. These men want big booty, cute, slim, thick chicks. And the cute, slim, thick chicks, whether dark skin, brown skin, light skin, ain't dealing with no giggling ass dude. Frolicking. You needed to tell that LGBTQ brother that. And I saw that nervous laugh all the women gave when he was like, oh, the progressive men, whatever. They were talking about, essentially, we need more progressive men. And he was like, oh, those are bisexual men. And I saw all y'all women nervous laugh. Uh-oh. Y'all needed to tell them, those women ain't going. Those women ain't going. I saw y'all. I heard y'all, that nervous laugh. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Dear ladies, Ole, you need to be honest. Let Z stop shouting. Let's talk like this. So y'all can know that Mr. Z can speak like this. Ole, you needed to be honest. I saw that nervous laugh. Y'all ain't laugh at that joke when he's like, yeah, the bisexual men. Y'all didn't, hey, brother, ain't nothing drive the Johnny more. See, y'all, maybe a handful of black women and other women, quote unquote progressive white women, who might actually mean it. They might date a bi, do the Doechis of the world. Most women, I'm including the quote unquote progressive ones, nothing makes them want to throw up more than the idea of a man, especially a black man, a dark-skinned black man, a brother like you, a dark-skinned black man with your type of stature as the bottom, and you trying to tell them they're supposed to give you head knowing you're bi and the bottom, maybe? Yeah, that's it. Can they maybe, possibly deal with a LGBTQ or bi dude who's the quote unquote dominant or top? Yes. Especially if he has money and some status. Absolutely. But a regular smegular, dark skinned black man who's frolicking and giggling and who's the bottom, bruh, what world do y'all live in? I want to know, what world do y'all live in? Huh? Dr. D says, what exactly did Shannon Sharpe do wrong? Be a rich Negro using his money to pipe 19-year-old white women? Being a 50-something-year-old man, black man, using his money and his status to pipe white women, and then using his money and his status to defend himself from grape allegations when you know they get salty after. You know, we all know how it go. She didn't get what she wanted. She didn't get her what's the severance pay. She didn't get her severance pay the way she wanted it. She might have got something, but it wasn't exactly what she wanted. So she doubling back for more. And black women are okay because, number one, you know you shouldn't have been messing with that white woman. Number two, it's out of spite. Number three, oh, they hate seeing rich Negroes flex rich Negro-ness. I remember FD kind of said that. Well, these men, they want to participate in patriarchy, and then you have the Cam Newtons and the Nick Cannon say, I could do that, and he framed it like it was a bad thing. And the problem is, wait, let me get this right. Y'all are gonna more. I wanted to say slowly, but it's not actually slowly. Y'all are going to show us that even your money doesn't allow for you to do what you want to do with willing participant women. If y'all think the men are despondent now, this got to be some like 3D chess white radical feminist crap. If y'all thought men were despondent now, if y'all thought the young men weren't going on dates now, if y'all thought the young men weren't attending college now, if y'all thought the young men weren't going to mixers and matchmaking events and speed dating events now, wait until y'all take away the idea that if they're rich and they're powerful and successful, that they could eeny, meeny, miny, mo whatever women they want, and those women will go, and most of those women will be quiet about the dynamics. Y'all take that away. Hey, women, I hope y'all know how to build, literal build, not just building. No, I hope y'all know how to handle pipe. No, no pun. I hope y'all know how to deal with the electrical circuits and the electric and do run electrical in buildings. I hope y'all know, because the second the masses of men realize that the goal is to make sure that they get nothing, no matter where their station in life is, that they will pay fealty to a global gynocracy. If that's the goal, I hope y'all know how to maintain the infrastructure. Shout out to Sarge Willie P. I hope you, because y'all better learn fast. You think the men are despondent now? All of y'all are gonna clamor for the top 5 and 10% of men. All of them are gonna be. They're not gonna know what to do to have so much vagina, and all the rest of the men are just gonna let y'all do what y'all want to do. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun watching 5 and 10% of men and 80 and 85% of women try to hold up the sky. It's gonna be fascinating watching this. Yes, Mr. Z is being a bit extreme and hyperbolic to prove the point. Oh, it's gonna be fascinating watching this. The framing was fascinating, right? Men want slim, thick women, black men especially, want slim, thick women with cute faces. Those women don't want frolicking ass Negroes. Smiley ass Negroes, giggling, and Mr. Z would know, giggling ass Negroes. When we say where the hoes at when we meet other men, you know what the hoes don't want? Frolicking ass, giggling ass Negroes. To the LGBTQ, listen, there's a panel with 3 women and 1 LGBTQ man, and ladies, we want cute women, fine women, attractive women, and those women, the attractive ones, we ain't talking about the ones that gotta struggle to get a man and keep one. A man worth a damn, no. Brother, you said, essentially, when the women were like, well, when you were essentially saying the progressive men are the bisexual ones, those women nervous laughed at your goddamn joke. They ain't going. And those are supposed to be the progressive women. The light-skinned sister on the bottom left hand got all the smoke from it, and she ain't really laugh at your joke because she ain't going, bro. She ain't giving head to no bisexual dude, bro. Especially not a bottom. She ain't bending it over. I don't care how progressive she is. You saw what I saw. I love being the one to point it out to y'all. You saw what I saw. She ain't going. She could talk all that crap about black every time she opened her mouth. She got nothing but vitriol for black men. She could say what she wants. She ain't bending over for no man. Maybe a white one. Z, you forgot. White men get passes. You're right. Maybe a white one. But for the most part, she ain't bending over for no man, bro. That's bisexual, bro. Huh? Ain't nothing funnier than watching these people and you know, they were talking about, oh, these men, they're always so angry and they want to crash out. And once again, the patriarchal aspirations, linking patriarchy to whiteness, I get it. Once again, we ain't going. Now what y'all gonna do? We're not going to your feminized ass colleges. We're not gonna become these little soft. First of all, we want cute women with big butts. The cute women with big butts don't want soft ass men. And you know what they think are soft ass men? All the stuff you were talking about. Uh-oh. All the stuff y'all were talking about, the cute women with the big butts, they ain't going. And if they ain't going, guess what? We ain't going. And there you go. Ole, you know this. Everybody else on that panel could pretend like they don't know. Ole, you know this. Ain't nothing funnier than telling men to be exactly what women don't find attractive in mass. Ole, you know this. See, everybody else on that panel could pretend. Ole, I'll give her that. Ole, you know better. Huh? And Mark Lamont Hill know better too. I'm not saying Mark Lamont Hill was on Ole's channel, but Ole reviewed a clip from Joe Budden podcast when a brother was kind of crashing out on Mark Lamont Hill about black boys playing with dolls. I want to stress this to everyone under the sound of my voice. Heterosexual men are not going to do the things that are not going to get them attractive heterosexual women. Everything y'all are saying, if those men go out and means test it, if they test it out and the women throw up, guess what? They're not going to do it no more. If we test it out and the women we find attractive go, guess what? We ain't doing it no more. Y'all keep on sending these men out to do things that the women are like, what the hell are you doing? Well, my mama said, well, my teacher said, well, the professor said, well, the society said. Huh? And in this case, we're talking about the quote unquote left and the right. The right raised y'all to be these little suit wearing all the time, perfectly chivalrous men, and the women are like, what are you doing? And then the left try to socialize y'all and raise y'all to be these little limp-wristed, flower in your hair ass men, and the women said, what are you doing? The men want slim, thick, cute, fine chicks, and most of the slim, thick, cute, fine chicks said, what is that? Why do you have a daisy in your hair, Negro? Why are you wearing a skirt? Why are you frolicking? I don't want no frolicking ass dudes. Ole, if you go say it all the way, Ole, and you might have to hurt some feelings. Ole, if you go say it, see, and you know what they kept on doing on Ole and Friends? When it's time to include the women, they say black people. I told y'all to be pulling that. When we talk about black men critically, we make sure to say black men. When it's time to talk about black women critically, we say black people, of course. I watched them do that a couple of times on this video. Huh? When it's time to be like, hey, them black men are doing it kind of because the black women that they want ain't going. Huh? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Huh? What did Shannon Sharpe do? Shannon Sharpe used his money to pull young, cute-faced white women with big boobies. That's what he did. and had aggressive sex with them. That's what he did. Violation. And into the you know, big black butt play. Now, Mr. Z, you know, y'all know Mr. Z politics. I ain't into all that, right? If Mr. Z ever, and I don't really see it, but okay, fine. Mr. Z ever do anything with a white woman, she called me Negro. She called me Negro. I might get in trouble, but it won't be for the reasons y'all think. Huh? Huh? But okay, fine. Shannon Sharpe decided to get into the race play talk and whatnot with a 19-year-old big booby cute faced white girl. And you better know LGBTQ and black women got so much to say, but they're gonna pretend like they're saying it because they're critical of him doing something with a 19-year-old and not because she's white. She's white first, 19 second. Secondly, it's legal, and now what? If I got a problem with it, change the laws and tell the truth. Hey, these men shouldn't be able to use their money to pull attractive young women who's gonna do what they say and be on their program. Their money shouldn't allow for them to get women who are on their program. I heard what she was saying to the light-skinned young lady that was on the left-hand side of the corner on the bottom. Somebody say her name, please, because I forgot it. The men need to mature. If mature means and the men need women. The men refuse to be with women, or they don't find women attractive who are mature and sure of themselves. If mature and sure of yourself means you get to be an asshole, guess what? You're right. The men ain't going. Listen, lady, listen. The masses of men. I want to stress this to every XX chromosome under the sound of my voice. If what you mean by mature women who are sure of themselves are snarky, mean, rude, entitled, materialistic, consumerist, sassy, smug brats who want the men to worship at the altar of them, you are absolutely right. We ain't going. If it's immature of us to not go, you right, we're not going. If it's juvenile of us to not go, you right, we ain't going. Huh? If we're insecure in our manhood and our masculinity, you're right, we ain't going. And you can't make us go. And the technocrats been trying for a couple of decades, and they can't make us go. Have fun. Tell your daughters to go do the Golden Girls thing. We're not going. You know who you could pull and to get down on that? The men with no choices and options. Huh? To FD and all of y'all. Y'all right. Cam Newton ain't going and Mr. Z ain't going. And Mr. Z don't got none of the type of money Cam Newton got, but guess what? I'm stable. Maybe y'all could have got Z on that program. No, y'all couldn't if Z didn't have nothing. Stable and above men, and I don't care what race, we're not signing up for your a-hole ass daughters hiding behind their college degrees, talking about you gotta go seek therapy, using therapy language as a religion, and demanding that we worship at the altar of them. We're not going. So y'all could try to bury Shannon Sharpe, y'all could bring up Jonathan Majors, y'all could do whatever y'all want. We're not going. Y'all better get the poor men, because that's the only ones y'all could get to be on y'all program, as long as they don't have nothing. The second he becomes stable, guess what? Whatever woman he was with, especially if he's not married to her, skirt. We're not going. Don't y'all get it? The young men aren't going out no more. They're not dating. They're not even out. They're not going to mixers. They're not going to speed dating events. They're not going to your colleges or universities. Don't y'all get it? They're not going. White, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise. Definitely white, black, and Latino. We're not signing up for nothing y'all talking about. And y'all can't make us. Tell your daughters to get comfortable on their girls' trips and tell them to get comfortable for being the pass around for the top 15, 20% of men. Or go munch on each other. And once again, that's white, black, Latino, or Asian, or indigenous, or Arab. Tell the women to get comfortable being the pass around for the elite dudes, mainly white. We're not going. And now what? Y'all can call Z angry all y'all want. I'm either right or wrong. What the numbers say. Ooh, goddamn. The women gave up on marriage. American women are giving up on marriage. Did American women give up on marriage, or did the young men stop going to speed dating events and mixers? And they're not outside. Did the women really give up on marriage, or the young men said, yeah, about that? Yeah, you're an asshole, and I don't care about your college degree. Now what? The women gave up on marriage. Yeah, that's it. Huh? Olay, you know better. Shannon Sharpe is a rich, famous black man. And he's going to use his money to pipe young women because he don't want 47-year-old, 52-year-old women who going to be talking back. Get on my program and shut the hell. What's the point of having the money if you're talking back? Uh-oh. God damn, Z. You're not supposed to say that out loud. Yeah, I'll confirm it for y'all. What's the point of being rich and famous if I got an annoying-ass woman who's talking too much crap in my ear? What was the point of the money? To have nice things. What's the point of the nice things if she don't go get on my program and shut up and gargle when I'm done? God damn, Z. Wait, y'all just want us to have the money and then go find the most unattractive black woman to go lay up with and marry so she could divorce those rich men in 15 years and go live her best life getting piped down by the pool boy? Yeah, nope, nope, nope. That is a real question for every XX chromosome under my voice. I don't care your race. What's the point of being a rich, famous man if we're going to be with women who ain't going to get down on our program? That's a real question. I'll wait. I mean that for every XX chromosome on the planet. What's the point of being a rich man and a woman saying, we want security and protection and provision? And what's the point of providing that for you if you're not going to get on our program? What's the point of being a rich, famous man if you're telling me I'm regulated to women within 5 years of my age who are going to be talking back and telling me what they're not going to do? What's the point of the money and the status then? What's the point of the fame? Oh, so you can brag that you pulled a rich, famous football player. Yeah, that's it. So you can brag that you pulled a rich, famous basketball player. And then you can brag that you don't listen to him and you don't follow and you don't get on his program. Okay, yeah. Let me know how that worked for y'all. Huh? Ain't nothing funnier than looking at women talking about rich, famous men using their money to do what's legal. If y'all don't want it to be legal, then raise the age so y'all can expose why. He's a rich, famous black man, and he's 50-something, and he's piping down a cute-faced, big, booby white woman. And the problem is, well, she's 19. And the problem is, what he get then? And there we go. They're going to spite. I thought so. Huh? Oh, I thought so. I know what the problem is. Shannon Sharpe doing what rich men do with their money. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio. Shout out to George Clooney before the marriage. Huh? You mean rich, famous men be piping women who are 10 and 15 and 20 and 25 years younger than them? Maybe 30 years younger than them? And the problem is, well, it's disgusting. We don't care about your opinion. Now what? That was a rhetorical question. Mr. Z is not just ranting to be ranting. Mr. Z is saying the women are trying to weaponize shame. They're trying to weaponize the society. They can't even look. Shannon Sharpe was in legal bounds, especially if this becomes a case and they throw it out, or there's nothing there, or she don't even get a pity, or Shannon Sharpe just shoot her a couple of $100,000 and say go away. And the problem is, dear women, which you will not get to do. Y'all are trying. Ooh, y'all trying. Ooh, y'all are trying. Y'all are not gonna get it. Be able to weaponize every institution to make the men bow to y'all little feminist project. Y'all can call it patriarchy. Listen, the men are not getting rich and famous to deal with women around their age. Let me say this better. 50-something-year-old men who are rich and famous are not getting rich and famous to deal with 50-something-year-old women who talk back and tell them what they're not going to do. What was the point of being rich and famous as a man then? That's a real question. I want any woman under the sound of my voice on planet Earth to answer that question. What is the point of being a rich and famous man if you're going to deal with a woman who can't have children, huh? Who's mean, who's rude, and who's going to tell you what she's not going to do? That's a real question. If the stable men, barely stable men, ain't even trying to sign up for that, you think rich, famous men trying to sign up for that? You're trying to tell me Shannon Sharpe is a dark-skinned black man, born and raised in America, and he's not supposed to use his money to do whatever he wants? I'm not endorsing him piping the 19-year-old cute-faced, big booby chick. And I'm going to keep on stressing that she's a cute-faced, big booby white woman. And Mr. Z ain't even into white women. Huh? So Shannon Sharpe is supposed to be rich and famous and do what? Go mess with Lisa Ray? Get out of here. Oh, go pick up Vivica A. Fox. Go pick up Claudia Jordan. Huh? Go pick up Vivica A. Fox so she could tell him how great 50 was. Oh, goddamn. So she could tell him what she not gonna do. So Lisa Ray can keep on looking at him with her resting bee face and telling him what she not gonna do. We don't care what no LGBTQ man is talking about. We want the slim, cute face, big booty chicks. And if the slim, cute face, big booty chicks don't want frolicking ass men, guess what? We're not gonna be frolicking ass men. Y'all notice that's the part y'all never bring up? Like, I watch Ole bring it up here and there. Y'all never bring up, the men said, well, we want to find women. And the fine women said they don't want that. Y'all never bring that up. Man, just be free. I want men to, you know what, though? And I'm glad the light-skinned little sassy sister, bottom left-hand side, said what she said. I just want these men to be free. What about if being free means passport bros? What about if being free as a black man means SYSBM and staying the hell away from black women like you? What about it being free means that? What about it being free means that 80% of black men start dating out and 60% start marrying out? What about if that's what freedom looks like? And us telling black women, hey, get it how you live. You better get it from somebody, but you ain't getting it from me. What about if that's what freedom looks like? Thank you, gender warlord. Her name is Delaney. My apologies, Delaney. Huh? Huh? Wow. Exactly, Vegas. Shannon was supposed to wife Tracy Ellis Ross. Yeah, that's it. Huh? Oh, man. And gender warlords says, affirm their beauty, Z, by piping the ugliest one in public, or you're anti-black. Exactly. Like, I'm not ranting to be ranting. The rant is to really ask, what's the point of being a rich, famous black man? Should you give back to the black community? Yes, because you're still part of the black community. Should we find out, hey, you know, he was donating here, he was giving here, he was doing this, he was helping these people out, he paid for this person's criminal fund, da 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 da. When you pass, absolutely. Maybe even before you pass, so you can get your flowers while you're still alive. right? Yeah. Once again, though, this is a real question. What's the point of being rich and famous as a black man? If, and we're, once again, this is about consent. I'm not saying you just grab some woman by her hair and be like, you're coming with me, right? No, that's not what I'm saying. Because you know you got to say that before they act like you advocating for rape, right? A consenting other adult. Last time I checked, in the U.S., 19 is definitely adult because 18 is adult. Okay, fine. If you, as a grown ass black man, have the consent from a grown white woman, and you're using your money to make sure she's good, and you piping and you doing all different strange things for some change. Well, she's doing strange things for some change. What's the problem? I'm really asking all of y'all. I mean this. I'm not joking. That's a real question. I'm not joking. It's a real question. What's the point of being rich and famous if I can't eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I want to pipe you? You okay with that? Yes? Okay, let's go. What's the point of being rich and famous if I can't do that? That's a real, I'm not joking. As a man, what's the point of being rich and famous? Why should I be regulated to women within 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my age? Why? Huh? That's a real question. Now we know people tend to marry within 7 years of their age, give or take. I think that was the gap. That's usually it's about 5 to 7 years, something like that, right? But if Shannon Sharpe is a 50 some odd year old, rich, famous black man, and the 19-year-old white woman said yes, and the problem is, oh, that's disgusting. And the problem is, Shannon Sharpe is so unserious, and I'm glad you said it. You know, when they tell those ball players to shut up and dribble, I know the racist, but I don't want to sound like that. But, you know, I just wish that he would just continue to play football and just shut up and. Oh, I love when black women start saying the same thing white racists say. Huh? Y'all contempt for black men, especially rich, famous black men, is so great. I love when y'all start saying the same thing white racists say, because y'all are white racists, chocolate dipped. Huh? Mr. Z gets rich and famous. Let's say Mr. Z wasn't with Ms. Z. Mr. Z, I'm not into white women like that, but okay. Mr. Z's in his late 30s. Mr. Z started messing around with a 23-year-old, and the problem is, huh? And the problem is, huh? That's a real question. The way y'all use this case or this situation, Shannon Sharpe is an unserious man. He's rich and famous. Y'all do realize that Donald Trump is a nearly 80-year-old, 12-year-old spoiled brat, right? And he's president. Y'all do realize that, right? Huh? Y'all realize Elon Musk is a whole practically neo-Nazi on the spectrum, and he's the richest man on the planet. Y'all do realize that, right? Huh? You do realize that George W. Bush was a whole goddamn man child with the nuclear codes. You do realize that, right? Huh? Uh-oh. Huh? Bill Clinton was getting domed in the White House. Y'all do realize that, right? Black man, that's you? Aspiring for white patriarchal. You mean that's just black men being men? See, I like this juxtaposition y'all give black men. You could either be the evil wannabe white man aspiring to be like them, or you could come over here and kiss our ass and wear a dress while you're doing it. You could either see, y'all don't appreciate, you gave men a fork in the road and told them, if you go down the power road, that means you're going down the white road. And you wonder why so many Latino and black men, young black men, not all, not most, but a significant minority started skewing to the right. Because you told them that that manhood stuff is conservative and it's racist. And they said, okay, I'll take it then. Instead of doing this whole frolicking skirt wearing thing, kissing women, black women's ass thing. Huh? That's the juxtaposition y'all gave black men. Huh? Wow. So I definitely had to rant this out because the question really, that's a real, what is the point of being a rich, famous black man if the 19-year-old white chick with the cute face and the big boobies ain't gonna go? I mean, if she's going, if she say yes, and my money can facilitate that, the problem is rough sex. The problem is race play. Mr. Z ain't into that. I can't do it. Once again, though, the problem is, and it was interesting watching y'all say this whole thing like, well, because black men and the lack of power and Hey, do y'all really want me to start pulling up? Y'all know Z got. Didn't we just cover like a month and some odd ago the Brazilian white guy that had all these black women in their fields willing to do race play with him? Uh-oh. Didn't we cover last year the black women throwing a fit because the white boy was going to every state and he ain't have no black women on his roster? He was dating women from every state and he have no black women on his roster and they were throwing a fit? Don't I have on my channel right now a story of a black woman who wanted to engage in slave play with her white man and he was like, no? He said no. Y'all really want to start talking about race play and why black men engage in race play? Do I need to start pulling up the black women that's saying they're doing my massive challenge with their white boyfriends? Delaney, do I need to do that? Huh? Once again, when we talk about black men, we make sure to specify we're talking about black men, and we're very dismissive, mean, rude, condescending. But when it's time to critique black women, we either don't do it or we start talking about black people. Of course. Of course. Huh? You know what the issue is? And I'll give it to y'all. Because the way we're socialized, black men can buy a cute white chick. And if she divorced and takes something out the door, we're like, that's what you get, and we move on. And he took his L and he took his lumps, and that's what it is. How many black women can buy an attractive white man? Ooh, goddamn. Is that the problem, ladies? Number one, how many black women are okay when the attractive white man leave and take his cut out the way when he's walking out the door? Because you know he gonna take his cut when he's walking out that door. Huh? Wow. So I just want to stress that, dear ladies, y'all not gonna get black men to go. I just want y'all to understand, black men ain't signing up for this weirdo stuff y'all talking about. If I present the masses of black women with these frolicking ass, giggling ass black men y'all talking about, like the LGBTQ brother on Ole's channel, if I present the masses of black women with him, You think some of the sisters are scrambling for white men now? There will be a mass exodus out the black community. And Olay, you know it. Huh? If you present the masses of black women with these kind of, even if they're not LGBTQ, these kind of borderline, questionable looking, acting black men, outside of the most extremely attractive one of us, they're not going, and we all know it. Why y'all like playing in people's faces? The black talking heads and intellectual class of black folks, particularly these pundits and whatnot, y'all love playing in black people's faces, bro. Y'all know black women ain't going. So yeah, black women will listen to Olay so that they could hear people make fun of Shannon Sharpe, right? Mock Shannon Sharpe, make fun of Shannon Sharpe. Okay, cool. But I want y'all to understand everything else y'all were talking about. If we present that to the masses of black women, including many of them on your own in your own chat right now, Olay. If we present them with the LGBTQ brother that's on your live right now, your video right now, the ladies ain't going, bro. The ladies ain't going. They're not going. Huh? So I'm just reading some of you guys' comments. Man, huh? Y'all, man, if y'all think the cute little snow bunny with the cute face and the big boobies, if y'all thought she wasn't gonna be getting D down by some black man, I don't know what y'all thought, huh? So now we're supposed to be well off, financially, highly educated, attractive, and fit, so that we could get overweight, mean, rude, condescending, sassy, smug, entitled brats who aren't even nice? Like, why would Shannon Sharpe be trying to mess with a? He's what in his mid-50s. Why would Shannon Sharpe be trying to mess with a 50-year-old? What was the point of him getting rich and famous if he has to be with the 50-year-old? This is a single man. He's a rich, famous black man who's single. Why would he have all the nice things to just pull Tracy Ellis Ross, like y'all said, to pull a Regina Hall? Not a 23-year-old, 25-year-old, even 28-year-old Regina Hall, maybe even a 32-year-old Regina Hall. No, 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 no. He's supposed to be rich and famous to pull Regina Hall now, after she was drooling over Brad Pitt on camera. Huh? Man, he's supposed to be rich and famous to end up with who? Tracy Ellis Ross, Regina Hall, Vivica A. Fox, Taraji P. Henson, huh? Lisa Ray, right? What? Not just pipe, not just have sex with them, no. Be in a full blown relationship with them. So they could tell him what they're not going to do. And how his money ain't all that. And just because he's rich doesn't mean they're going to do what he say. These are the stereotypes that people have in their mind of middle-aged and older black women. And how did I forget? I'm gonna cover that. For those of us who ever checked out Jack Morgan's RLP channel, white guy, mid 30s, from South Florida. He covers a bunch of different stuff. And he did a stream the other day, and it was a black woman talking crazy. I told you, let people talk. Let them talk. Randomly, they're gonna say stuff. They're gonna let you know. So Jack Morgan slips up and he says, "Essentially, this is why y'all all single." Ooh, goddamn! And he says, you could see like he's trying to hold back, but he couldn't help it. In the floodgates opening, there you go. And he said, I dated 3 black women, but there's too intense, man. Like life is not that serious. Like that. And he's just spilling it. He finally was able to reel himself back, and I saved it. Of course, I did. Oh, first of all, Jack Morgan is with a white woman right now, and he's thinking about children more and more. And his dad just passed away a couple months ago, and he's, once again, he's thinking about children and whatnot. And like I said, now Jack Morgan's with a white woman that he's taken very seriously. Might marry her, might have children with her. He's been with 3 black women. Black women. How many of us are y'all? How many black men are y'all telling that y'all used to date Jack Morgan RLP? So we could know y'all used to get piped down by Jack Morgan RLP. Huh? Number one. Number two, as I said before, see if Jack Morgan never said that, although I suspected it because he is from South Florida, he is from West Palm. So I already knew, and some of the things he said, some of the quotes he uses, I'm like, that man done piped a black woman or two. I suspected it, but once he said dated, I was like, oh, so you done piped 3 black women. Number one. But if he didn't say it, we would have never got confirmation. And then whoever he piped could have claimed loyalty, because black women love claiming loyalty to the black community and to black men. Meanwhile, Jack Morgan RLP done pogo stick all up and down their esophagus. Huh? Ah. And Mr. Shook to you says, you got it all wrong, Z. Monique called it. Shannon should be with a big black old beard that will love him and rub his feet, according to black women. Yeah, no, I saw the clip. I saw the clip of Monique saying it. In fact, I watched the whole Monique segment when she interviewed with him, however long that was. I remember her saying it. I remember her saying it. And yes, I've seen the clip resurfacing of Cat Williams and Monique kind of quote unquote warning Shannon Sharpe. I've seen them floating around. Huh? And to Monique, I would ask the same question. Monique, what's the point of Shannon Sharpe being rich and famous as a black man in America? Like, y'all discount, like, black women. Okay, fine, it ain't easy being a black woman in America. Okay, fine, y'all discount how difficult it is being a black man in America, and to reach the heights of Shannon Sharpe, to have one career and then be famous and rich from there, and then to pivot and have another career and be rich and famous from that, to the point where the youngsters don't even really know about Shannon Sharpe from a couple decades ago. Number one. Number two, what's the point of being rich and famous as a black man if black women want to relegate us to heavy set black women who are not going to follow our program and going to tell us what they're not going to do? Like, you're not even telling us, hey, okay, look, Shannon, you in your mid 50s, so you can get you a 32, 33-year-old black woman who gonna be on your program, and she gonna be fit and right, and she can still have kids. Now she done lost, like, 90% of her eggs, but she's still fit, and you can still, you got the money, so you can still make certain shape. Not saying that Shannon Sharpe want to have children, but still, y'all not even saying that. What, Shannon Sharpe is supposed to date who? A 48-year-old? Huh? Man, my question is, once again, what's the point of being we don't even have to say rich and famous. Let's just say successful. What's the point of being a successful black man in America if what the entire country and this entire society, including black women, are telling you is your money don't mean nothing, Negro. We don't see you no different. This is why Kanye said you still a Negro in a coop. We don't see you no different than that bum ass black man who's scratching and sniffing on his mama couch. And you and the bum ass black man who's scratching and sniffing on his mama couch, y'all deserve and warrant the same woman. Heavy set, huh? Slew foot, not slew feet, foot dragging, struggling to breathe. Like Z, why you got? I'm painting this picture on purpose. I'm painting a particular picture on purpose. Yes, I'm being hyperbolic. I'm painting this picture on purpose because this is essentially what y'all are saying, though. Huh? And I laughed my ass off. I'm telling y'all. When that brother said essentially, you know, because I think Delaney or one of them pretty much said, who do we have? Like who should women choose, and who are the progressive men that are not toxic? And it was that framing. Those are might not have been the exact words, but it was that framing. And when that brother said, you know, the bisexual men, and I listened and I listened and looked and saw those women nervous laugh. Like you know the short hair, yeah, type of laugh. They did that. Three women, and they all pretty much did that. I was like, brother, you don't get it, do you? Olay could talk all that shit she want. Olay's Bahamian. Half my goddamn family is Bahamian. They're not going. Olay could talk all that. Olay ain't giving head to no dude who's giggling and squiggling, frolicking, who's the bottom, bro, who's a bisexual bottom, even a top of dom. She ain't going. Delaney could pump all that stuff all she want. Delaney ain't going, bro. If she was going, she would have said that. And better prove it too. Huh? Thank you. And Mr. Shook to you says the only thing guaranteed to happen when dealing with an older black woman is her telling you she's not gonna do what she's not gonna do. Exactly. What she's not gonna do. And I'm supposed to be a successful black man in America who single successful black man in America and choose that over the cute and be famous and choose that over the cute big booby white chick. Why? Because the big booby cute face white chick is 19? And that's disgusting and that's predator like. And I love how they kept on saying girl, girl. Y'all heard the right girl, girl. Is Z messing around with a 19-year-old white woman? No. With that, it's legal. If y'all want it to be illegal, then raise the age and admit why. Don't hit us with that BS. No, because we're tired of these older men preying on these younger women. We want the age of consent to be 30. Huh? We want the age of consent to be within 5 years of his age. Huh? Better you all pipe. But anyway, moving along. With that, right? Right? With that, the question still remains. Mr. Z lost his whole train of thought. The question still remains: what's the point of being a successful black man in America if you're going to be mocked, if you're going to be made fun of, you're going to be told by women what they're not going to do. And y'all wonder why these rich, famous black dudes date and marry out. Like, understand the way Delaney framed this. A mature black man, a mature man, is okay with asshole women. I want you to, I don't know what you thought you were saying, Delaney, but I can tell you how it hit men in mass ears. That a man who's not insecure and is mature is okay with an asshole woman. And tell me how that's been working for women over the past few decades. Tell me how's that marriage rate look? Ooh, goddamn. Now forget marriage. The young men aren't even coming outside. They're not even going out. Huh? They're not even going out. Forget not going to mixer and speed dating events and matchmaking events. They're not even going to clubs. Do y'all understand, especially for us millennials and Xers and boomers? Shout out to Gen Z. Do y'all understand how crazy it is to us that y'all are not even going to clubs? Like, not every club is $1 zillion. Like, we know about the free get in, buy drinks clubs for like the early 20-year-olds. Y'all not even doing that. But Mr. Z gets it. Why would y'all do that if what's being produced in this society is a bunch of Delaneys, whether they're white, black, Latina, or otherwise? Huh? The young men aren't going to clubs. They're not going to mixers. They're not going to speed dating events. They're not going to college. Huh? They're not helping women when women are being assaulted by other men, other women. I want y'all to understand y'all created this environment. The young men are becoming more and more despondent because y'all created it. Y'all told them there is no win. Y'all told them no matter what they do, they're never going to get a woman that defers to them. They're never going to get a woman that's on their program. They're going to have to, quote unquote, work with and be equal to, which really means kiss her ass no matter what your station in life is. And y'all thought the young men were going to sign up for that? Huh? That's a real question. Huh? Wow. So I really just wanted to cover that. Let me read these super chats. And Inspired Truth says, we pay for it and don't play everyone it is a 10 game. Right? If we paying, look, man, and this is, if we're paying, we're choosing the best. Look, especially, I don't, women speak about being liberated and liberatory, especially black women, right? Being liberated, freedom, freedom, freedom. Okay, fine. Once you start dealing with, especially if we don't have no kids already, Z is speaking, now we're speaking about experience. Now we're getting a little personal. If we don't have children and we're stable, do y'all understand y'all can't tell us nothing? Ladies, if you think y'all are, if we are stable, you can't control us, you can't maneuver us, you can't psych us out into signing up for none of that weird stuff y'all talking about. None of it. We don't have children. We're not in extreme debt. We're stable. We can provide for ourselves. We can do nice things. We can go out. We could go out of town. Do you ladies, black women, do you understand the zen place it is for black men when we are stable and above and we see y'all popping crap and talking crap about us and throwing mud and dirt on our names and using rich famous black men as like an effigy for all, and using it as a symbol of all black men to defecate on. Do you appreciate how much outside of Z that it's comical to us? Because we know why y'all really mad. The stable and above Negroes won't bow down. And y'all ain't never gonna get them to bow down. The problem is the women don't want to do the work where they can make the money to potentially get the men to bow down. And then the stable men and above, y'all can't get them to bow down. And there you go. Y'all have been regulated. Either you win the lottery and get the rich man to deal with you, or you regulated to the bum ass brothers on the bottom. And better hope they stay there. Huh? Better hope they stay there. Huh? Exactly. Gender warlord says, yeah, if I'm paying and top money, I'm paying top money. It ain't even a debate. I'm getting exactly what I want. I don't. Why is this even a conversation? They're really trying to shame Shannon Sharpe. Like, look, I don't know the details. I'm gonna get into it. I know Jason Black covered it, so y'all might get a part 2 to this. I'm gonna listen to Jason Black's stream about it. Um, or was it Professor Black Truth? I can't recall, but I'm gonna listen to it. Right, I'm gonna listen to the video. I might have to retract some of the stuff I said. Right, what I'm focused on here is Shannon Sharpe being a rich, famous black man being dictated to by us, mainly black women, but some black men, that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing with the cute face, big booby white chick. Huh? And like that's Z's issue. But as you're saying, gender warlord, what's the point of being rich and famous as a black man? If black women who you're not even dealing with are now dictating terms and how you should move and who you should screw. And as you said, it's not a debate. If I'm paying and you down to get on my program, ain't no debate. The second you start debating, you out the door. That's not why you're here. You're not here to argue. And Mr. Z ain't going um to jail because you got angry and then you called the cops, especially as a white woman. I'm not even gonna give you the opportunity. So if you on my program, then you can stay. The second you start debating, goodbye. Here's your severance package, you out the door. And by the way, the severance package was negotiated in the beginning. Huh? Man. Oh, and Gender Warlord says the lead attorney, I think you meant to say has. The lead attorney has 3 good live streams on it, but the problem there is the side conversations to get to the point. That's okay. That's okay. I'll check them out. Thank you. Thank you for that, Gender Warlord. Right? Huh. Wow. So, look, yeah, I haven't heard one white man come out to protect. I think you meant to say Shannon either. Yeah, the white guys when we going through it, they just stand back and watch. Don't worry about it, right? Or you meant to say Shane? Or did you really mean to say it this way? Maybe I read this wrong. Haven't heard one white man come out to protect and shame either. Oh, the white girl? You mean? I'm a little lost on the statement on the comment though, right? And Panda Man says they genuinely think they're entitled to us. I think so. I think so. And shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Like I said, I'll do a little bit more following of the case, but yeah, I'll follow the case. Once again, what I'm focused on here is the idea that he's disgusting or he's a predator or he's getting into some weird stuff because he's a rich, famous black man, race playing and aggressive sex with a 19-year-old big booby cute face white girl. Huh? And to listen to Delaney, that's how we know y'all be sounding bitter. You see, y'all like to, oh look, the black men on Joe Budden's podcast, they angry, and why y'all sound so angry? Y'all aggressive and all that talk. Delaney, you said you hope she get every penny, even if it's just for her troubles. Look, we need to stop doing this. Just because Mr. Z was hooping and hollering earlier, and Delaney on the other side of this conversation is speaking like this, does not mean her sentiments on the other side is not similar to Z's. What does he mean by that? Mr. Z is hooping and hollering that y'all sound insane, wishing the worst on Shannon Sharpe because he's using his money to have fun with 19-year-old big booty cute face, as in big booty, excuse me, big booby cute face white women. So Mr. Z is saying y'all sound crazy by hoping for the downfall of this man. But on the other side is Delaney saying she hopes that the cute face big booby white chick gets Shannon Sharpe for every penny, even if it's just for her troubles. So in other words, it don't even matter if the court figures out, you know what, she don't got a case here. You know what? Actually, everything she did was on the up and up and it's legal. She's saying, I don't even care about none of that. She should get money just for her troubles. And because she's speaking like this, is she a light-skinned black woman with her fro out? People would be like, Mr. C is irate and he's angry. Y'all don't think Delaney is spiteful and angry? She told you she hopes the white woman gets money from the black man, even if it's for her. In other words, I want to use you as a tool to regulate, mock, and make fun of these Negroes for thinking they could go out of us. Delaney don't got the ovaries to say it, though. Delaney, once again, you said you hope that black men find their happiness. And I want to say, once again, what about if happiness for 80% of black men is dating and marrying non-black women? Huh? What about if happiness for the masses of black men is staying away from women like you? Like, I don't think y'all appreciate what the hell y'all ask black men to do. Be successful to end up with women like you. You think we want to go to college and university, Delaney? Feminized environments that tell us that everything about us is wrong because we're not kissing the nearest black woman's ass. We're supposed to be in high school that's anti-us. Then go to college for at least 4 years. Once again, that's anti-us. To be sitting in a classroom with a woman like you, Delaney. Then to graduate college. Then to go into the corporate ass, once again, anti-us environments. To become successful. To end up with a woman like you, Delaney. You think black men are going to do all of that? Go through all of that to be with a woman like you. Now that's for brothers with their college degrees that might be earning a good 60, 70, $80,000 a year. Now let's get to Shannon Sharpe's level. I've been doing well financially. I put myself through my athleticism and whatever talents I have. I've made myself rich and famous for decades in America, as a black man, dark-skinned black man. And I am supposed to do all of that to end up with a late 40s, early 50s, maybe even late 50s, early 60s, some odd year old black woman who's essentially Delaney but older. But Delaney, you're too light skinned, so sorry. Huh? Oh, and better use is I think it's a civil suit only. Well, okay. In other words, if she would have took it to court for real, that shit would have got thrown out. Oh, ma'am, like everything's on the up and up. So in other words, she did civil suit so she could get her severance package. Like I said earlier. So because that severance package in her mind wasn't enough, so she went to civil court so that she could get more. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? And Mr. Shukti you says, Shannon is a smart dude. Don't be surprised if y'all catch him in the streets of Colombia. They won't get him twice. Bruh. Huh? This is insane. Huh? I don't think they care. And Leon says, it's amazing that these women don't know they are supporting white supremacy by hoping that the girl gets money and wealth. It's crazy. I don't think they care. I think they're like, yeah, good. And that's Delaney's whole attitude. What, for those of you who can stomach it, watch the whole thing and look, especially towards the middle end. Delaney's whole attitude, she said it at the end, like, I hope she get that money, even if it's for her troubles. Yeah, like when it comes to black men, they'll use any tool to regulate you, to mock you and make money. There's nothing there. Look, there is nothing off limits for getting black men in line in America. And everybody's with it. White people, non-white people, Latinos, Asians, black women, black LGBTQ, straight black men in particular. Look, man, they will use anything as a tool to regulate you. White women, white men, Latinas, Asians, a dog, a cat, an immigrant, an alien, a belt, a gun, a taser, a car, huh? A bat, anything to regulate you is on limits. Nothing is off limits. It's all fair, huh? Man, better you said, he don't do the bending. Shaking my head, hysterical. Oh, so you do the bending, hysterical, right? The brother was on there, and I'm so glad. I mean, look, I might clip that out. That might be a clip on my channel for all the little LGBTQ brothers who think these quote unquote progressive women are really actually about what they say they're about, huh? Or how they advocate. I don't care what y'all say. The masses of women, even the quote unquote progressive ones, nothing makes them want to throw up more than the idea. And I'm gonna get vulgar with it. Uzi, you about to go there. And they're, bruh, I don't care. Ooh. And it don't gotta make sense. So I'm gonna say this now, brother. They're not giving top to a man they think just took his peen out of some man's rear end. That's what's going through their mind, bro. That they giving you top with feces on it. If you really want Z to get vulgar, they're not. Man, look, bro. Y'all need to stop playing in people's face. Stop playing in black men's face. Them black women ain't going. That's why they nervous laugh when you was like, the bisexual men. That's why they nervous laugh. They not going. Are you serious? Huh? Are you serious right now? And if you a bottom, she bending and you bending, and you think she gonna mess with you? Come on, bro. Y'all need to stop it, man. Look, everybody's playing around. All this sound nice. This sound good in theory. Everybody's playing. Everybody's playing. Everybody's playing. This conference for Delaney to say Shannon Sharpe is a unserious man. Delaney, this whole conversation is a joke. It's not just y'all critique of this conversation was a joke. It's a joke, huh? You want black men to be free and do what makes them happy, ma'am. As I said, an increasing amount of black men are doing what makes them happy, staying the hell away from women like you. Not all men, not all black men. I wouldn't be surprised if Delaney pull up with a black man, a dark skinned brother on top of that, wearing a skirt. Goddamn. But let's be very clear. The masses of black men see women like you, Delaney, and your political views, and they stay the hell away. And that's part of their happiness is protect my peace, protecting their peace. Huh? Man. And Panda Man says, who is this Delaney and where can I find her? Link is in the description box. She is the light-skinned young lady on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Right? And they're once again they're covering um Shannon Sharpe and the white woman thing. I don't know enough, admittedly. I'm gonna do my little research. Y'all know Mr. Z don't use the term deep dive because people be looking up something for like 30 minutes. Somebody did a deep dive. I just can't do it. So I'm gonna look up what I can and see and watch and read stuff and see what I could take out of the story. Right now, I am only dealing with Olay and Friends' response to the case and the situation. We will get into maybe more details maybe this weekend if I cover it. Or maybe even the next couple of days. But right now I'm expressly speaking about Olay and the three panelists she had and their response to the story. Huh? Man, just saying. So let me read this next comment. And Leon says, Z, hold on a sec. You said hold on a sec. So hold on a sec, bro. I have to frolic in the blue bonnets with my son. Bro, I was taking pics and video. Give me the frolic pass, blue bonnets, hysterical. Look, man, like it's fascinating, and I'm glad you actually brought that up, Leon, because let's get into that. How many black men are these like militant? Don't you smile? Don't you laugh? All everything you do that's not this super extra rigid, like comical version of manhood is LGBTQ, and like the men in your life are going to like stone you to death because you didn't fit into like this very narrow band of like white southern like masculinity. How many black men are engaging in that? Like that's how they frame it. Meanwhile, everything says black men are the most progressive men in America. But I guess the bar is moving. Progressive now means that you're okay with getting bent over. Ooh, goddamn you. So you listen to certain leftist talk, black leftist talk, and the caricature of black men who are not kissing black women and black LGBTQ people's ass is that you are essentially Mr. from Color Purple. Nah, even worse, because you don't laugh, you don't smile, um, you get off on hurting and harming other, I guess, what black LGBTQ, black women, black children. Um, you are like, yeah, Mister. To be honest, yeah, right. Like that's the framing of black men, right? You're joyless. You are mean. You are overbearing. When you get some money and status, you are tyrannical. You're tyrannical before the money and status. God forbid you get it. Um, yeah, that's the framing of black men. And like, then you wonder why your sons are being married and day and out. When that's the framing of them, even before they become successful, huh? Man, wow. Chelsea tiptoe through the tulips, hysterical. Exactly. That's what Leon was tiptoeing through the tulips with his son. Huh? Right? Like Mr. Z is what giggling ass do to think like I, and he was like, people see me and you know they see my stature and they you know I take up space and it's just you know the cognitive dissonance like I see I'll practice the word and I had it a few days ago and now I can't say it anymore. Anyway, um, yeah, so listening to the brother speak on that panel, it's just fascinating listening to LGBTQ black men speak because y'all don't really appreciate what the hell it is being a straight black man. Y'all need to experiment over here so you can see that half of them women that's pumping all that crap, that progressive crap, don't mean it in their love lives. Like Olay has kind of told y'all that. Maybe y'all don't really get it. Y'all think Olay's joking. And to me, Olay ain't stressing it enough. But I say it again for you, brother. The women don't mean half that crap they're saying, bro. Huh? And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. Detroit says, where's this energy on Mary J, Janet Jackson, Faith Evans, Keisha Coles? Didn't they all take advantage of these younger men? Yeah, they dated younger men. Look, rich folks are gonna do rich folk things. Even regular folks. We already talk about all the black women who are in their 30s getting piped down by a 22-year-old. We know about. Look, if y'all don't know, let me say it because we do know. Y'all just like to pretend like y'all don't. You know how many black women around the black community, particularly in the hood, are 38 getting piped down by a 23-year-old black man? Huh? 42 years old, 45 years old getting piped down by a 26-year-old? Z, don't say it. Ooh, Z, don't say it. Y'all know how many 25 and 26 and 27-year-old black women are getting piped down by 15, 16, 17-year-old? Ooh, goddamn, Z, you said it. In the black community? Huh? Y'all think it's the man? Look, I said it. Y'all better stop before Z start pulling stories. Y'all better stop before Z start pulling stories of black female teachers, regular black women, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all in the bed, all in the mix with teenagers, with early 20-something-year-olds. Huh? Y'all better stop. Always popping crap when a black man do something. And use those stories to weaponize against the masses of black men. Always. So, I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. Hey, listen, these people are trying to use Shannon Sharpe's story, we already know, to beat up on the masses of black men. Look, Shannon Sharpe is a rich, famous black man. 50-something-year-old black man. Would Mr. Z be piping the cute face, big booby white chick? No. 19 especially? Absolutely not. With that, what did Shannon Sharpe do necessarily? Oh, that's what it is. Y'all are framing it like it's some assault thing. Well, let's let the courts decide. Huh? And as Delaney said, she hoped that lady get her money for no other reason but the trouble. Okay, yeah, well, there you go. Huh? Big booby white woman with the cute face. All right. This is ridiculous. I'm glad. This is why I say let them talk. Shout out to my panel that are here to hear Z say it. Shout out to the chat to hear Z say it. This is why Z says let them talk. Random places you will hear people talking about black people, talking about black men, and they will express their true feelings. Not when it's not just when, hey, what do you think about black men? No. Don't do that. Catch them on an off moment while they're just randomly talking. Like I said, Jack Morgan RLP. I saved it. I'll be covering it shortly. Mid 30 something year old white man told you he'd been with 3 black women and it was too much for him. And I've heard that type of sentiment expressed by a couple of white guys that I know have diddled black women. Huh? Huh. So, Olay said certain things about, essentially Shannon Sharpe weaponizing that this young lady is into triple X work. Like, essentially, consent is ever ticking, right? You don't get consent now and then it lasts forever, is what Olay was getting to, if I understand her correctly. Which is like, okay, yeah, you might be paying for the box, and she says yes, and like that's what it is. But then there's you just crossing lines. So just because she said yes and this and that doesn't mean you get to choke her out. Doesn't mean you have to get consent for every single act at all times. Okay, understandable. And so that's what they're kind of hanging their hat on, right? Now to give it to be fair to the LGBTQ brother, he was saying like you get into some murky territory when you including race play plus kind of this dom submissive thing, right? Considering America, you get that's some murky territory because at any point you cross the line or you didn't cross the line, but then she could come back and say you did cross the line. So to be fair to that brother, he did kind of say that, and I actually agree with that. Particularly messing with not with any woman as a black man, to be fair, but especially non-black women and then white women especially, and then a blonde, blue-eyed white chick. Oh boy, yeah, I agree. Once you start getting into submissive dom stuff and race play as a black man, and the age gap is real. Yeah. With that, are y'all actually concerned about that, or is the primary concern is that a rich black man is using his money to pipe down a cute young white woman? Is that a rich black man is doing what rich white men do? Pipe down young, cute white women. Is your issue really is that a black man is engaging in goddamn patriarchal expression? Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, you hate to. He's a rich, famous black man, and he's using his fame and his wealth to have sex with 19-year-old white women, and it's legal. Huh? And it's legal. Ah, absolutely not. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. Not a word about massive challenge, right? Absolutely not. They're gonna act like they ain't see it. And Khadijah has said things before, like I've heard randomly, old videos. This is before Mr. Z started channel early, right? And like every once in a while, some of them let you know like they've seen these videos and it's a bit cringe. And I'm like, but I don't ever see y'all address it and like really get in. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like Kim Foster has even said things that's like, what the hell are y'all doing? And maybe it's she'll say something on her Patreon or something private or members only. But out here in the open, absolutely not. So if you're critiquing black women's behavior critically as a black woman behind a paywall, then you're not a serious person. If you openly chastise, mock, make fun of, are smug and an asshole to black men, and it's for everyone to see and it's free, but maybe if you have just a slight teeny tiny critical thing to say about black women, it's behind a paywall, you're not serious. You're a joke. Right? So yeah, Detroit, they didn't say nothing about that My Master Challenge. Right? And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. Huh. To be fair, I don't think so. And Mr. Shuktiyu says, Z, would it have been better received if it was a 19-year-old black woman Shannon engaged with? No, because remember the whole Marcus Houston thing. And Marcus Houston was in his 40s. What, late 30s maybe? Late 30s? Or early 40s? I can't remember. Either way, no, no. Maybe a smidge better, but I think not even a smidge better. The racial element of it all may obviously wouldn't have been there. But don't miss black women. Don't ever miss a chance to like defecate on black men, and then they wonder why black men are dating and marrying out. Like black women know they're not dumb, man. Huh? Like they're not. If if you were to stab black women in the leg with like that truth serum thing, that Bill stabbed what's her name in Uma Thurman with in Kill Bill, and black women had to tell you the truth, they would tell you everything we're saying, and they would say, yes, you're right, but you still gonna bow. Like black women ain't never gonna take their foot off the gas of black men must bow. You're not a white man, so you gotta bow. So like, would it be different if it was a 19-year-old black woman? No, because black women just would have took another opportunity to be overly critical of black men, mock black men, make fun of black men because black men ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And Shannon Sharpe was supposed to marry Tracee Ellis Ross. What Shannon Sharpe should have been doing is the first complaint Tracee Ellis Ross had from 2 and 3 years ago. Shannon Sharpe was supposed to fly her out and then do his best rendition of Russell Wilson. And we should have been hearing that Tracee Ellis Ross, unbeknownst to us, had her eggs frozen, and Shannon Sharpe, inseminated them, and he did the whole thing, and they're about to have a kid or two. Huh? That's what it's supposed to be. Huh? Panda Man says more black men need to grow a pair and start being indifferent to black women. Ignore them. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And I better you. I know you counting. I know it's already number. It's already the second outro. Mr. Z gonna end out for real though. Panda Man, black men are already doing that. Young black men are already doing that. Young men in general are already doing that. That's what that article was about. Young women or American women have given up on marriage. No, the men been give up. That's why they're not going to mixers. Like imagine reporting for a couple years that the clubs are shutting down, and a lot of that has to do with finances. The men, black men, obviously including black men, aren't going out. They're not going to mixers and speed dating events, matchmaking events. They're not going. Okay, cool. Reporting that the men are not attending college more and more, particularly black men at HBCUs. Okay, cool. Reporting that black men are not going out. Okay, cool. That means they gave up. What you're saying is that the men have become more and more increasingly, young men have become despondent, indifferent, and apathetic. Now, let's be very clear. This is not necessarily something to celebrate because you cannot maintain a society this way. You can't really uphold anything this way. But the men said they would, and they're not saying it verbally, they're saying it through action. They would rather stay home, scratch and sniff, than sign up for this feminism plus capitalism, neoliberal capitalism. You gotta get the hell out of here. Young men said, nope. When I'm supposed to be paymaster extraordinaire and she gonna be talking crap? Yeah, right. And that's gonna be called an egalitarian partnership? So Panda Man, the men they're already doing it. The young black men already, remember the birth rate is at 1.8 in the black community in America. Yeah, for the rest of America it's 1.6. Yes, we know much of that 1.8 for black women is them baby deleting. True. But the birth rate in black America is like 1.8. The birth rate for black America is below replacement level also. It's not just the white folks. America writ large is somewhere around 1.6, 1.7. And the black community is at 1.8. That means your sons and your nephews are listening. I want you to appreciate how many of us in the Black manosphere are in our late 30s, early 40s, and we only have one kid, if any. Mr. Z's not the only one. Do y'all appreciate how many of us don't have any children? We about to scrape 40 if we're not 40 already. We're already doing that. Panda Man, we're already doing that. You know? We are leaving the ladies to do whatever they want to do, right? We're leaving them to their devices, pun intended. Huh? We're leaving them to their devices. Huh? And if leaving them to their devices entails um rose toy, or if it entails um girl strips, or if it entails um golden girls, or if it entails situationships with non-black men, um so be it, right? So be it. Huh? And black men said we'll do something else. And more non-black men are saying we'll do something else. That puts women in general, black women specifically, in a very unenviable position. Huh? So yeah, Panda Man, look, I would argue we're already doing that. Right? And remember, it doesn't have to be all, it doesn't even have to be most. A critical mass. Right? And for all the women who say I'm not gonna settle, for all the women throwing a temper tantrum, they're angry, they're mad, they're sad, it's either top 20% man or nothing. The men are going to make you mean that. I've been saying this for years. The men are going to make you mean that through action. Huh? Afro National got it. Afro National says, thank you for the super chat. Leave them to their own devices tax. Right? Huh? And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. So let me go, y'all. Look, Z got things to do. So we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Shout out to Ole. Shout out to the panel. Y'all check it out if y'all can stomach it. Yeah, right. We're just not signing up for this thing. Y'all can make fun of Shannon Sharpe all y'all want. Y'all can mock him. Y'all can use him as kind of this tool, this representation of black men to beat up on, the rest of us. We not going. We're not. We're just not. Right. So nice try. And all you're doing actually is causing black men to not sign up for nothing else, saying even more. Because if it's, well, that nigga rich and famous, and you trying to tell me he's not supposed to be piping as a rich famous black man, he's not supposed to have access to the cute big booby white chick. So even he's not supposed to do what he want to do. Once again, within legal bounds. So what does that mean for me? We ain't going, y'all. We ain't going. So on that note, everyone, love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. For the love of God, go cut some grass. Don't be these people. Um, yeah, Mr. Z out. All right, y'all.